Please welcome Kanan. Could you have any idea that your song would be everywhere?
No.
Because it's become that song.
Yeah, I was in Tokyo 2 days ago, and we were walking around in downtown trying to find some food, and there's this, it's like the biggest square in Tokyo, and there's this huge screen, and Wavin Flag is blaring out of there. I'm like, wow, this is incredible.
Well, I'll tell you something, and I mean this very sincerely, and there's a guy in my neighborhood, there was a homeless guy who was walking down the street, and he was singing, when I get older, I will be, they'll call me Frito, and he wasn't singing it like a guy who just heard it on the radio. He was singing it like he was thinking he could one day be that guy. And I looked at him and I thought, man, this song has become something else. And it's something that almost never happens in an artist's career.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate. I feel like I was just kind of in the area and the song came, when I wrote it, and I feel lucky, man. It's like it's happening all over the world. That homeless thing is amazing.
It was such a beautiful moment, and I thought that there's something about it, and so it made me actually wonder where the Wavin Flag line came from, because I wondered, when they'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag, and I wondered, did a flag represent that to you at some point in your life? Where did that lyric specifically come from? Because that's the one the whole country's singing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, because it's something that's in my head, probably in my subconscious. What's funny is that I don't think I've ever said this out loud, but there's an image that I see of a window, almost like an abandoned building, and there is a window, a grainy, dark window, and outside of it there's just this solitary flag that's waving. And that's kind of an image that's always been in my head, and I don't really know why or where, if I saw it in a dream or something, but yeah.
Just take it, man.
Yeah.
Did you give the song to the World Cup people just so they would give you tickets?
Yeah, he knows how fickle my loyalty is. That and that I get to kind of share this song with a lot of the world, like millions and millions and millions, and as well, that it's kind of like a curtain opener, like a revealer to songs that you're a fan of, like from the Dusty Foot Philosopher to.
He's got a record. It's funny that in the summer of 2005 is when Dusty Foot Philosopher came out. So essentially 5 years to the month when the whole world's going to hear your song in the World Cup. That's the progression that you have been on.
Yeah.
And you talked a lot about your childhood. You came into CBC today with the World Cup, and you've been traveling around with the World Cup, and you took the World Cup to Africa.
That's right.
That is big. You couldn't take it to Somalia, though, right?
No, unfortunately, no. That was one of the most bittersweet things I've experienced in my adult life, because, I come from Somalia, and I have a very strong connection with the country, but I'm taking this cup around with all over the world, and the only place that it can't go to is Somalia, the country so that's a really tough thing to deal with for security reasons.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
There's this moment where I was thinking about your life, and I was thinking about how far you've come from the Dixon Crew, right? Tell people what that is.
Boy. Some of them probably watching me. They're like, so he's an artist now, huh? This is awesome. But yeah, just a group of friends. Really, when we came as immigrants to Toronto, we lived in a neighborhood called Dixon, which is predominantly Somali.
There's like 3 buildings in this Dixon area, in Rexdale, right?
Yeah. It's Kipling and Dixon, basically. Between Islington and Kipling, there's these 6 tall buildings. I think Somalis joke that because it's so close to the airport, they say that Somalis saw the first large buildings and just moved into them.
It is two big corners, right?
Yeah.
3 and 3, and then that's perfect. And so those are a group of friends.
Awesome, those are the ones. And so we just.
Did you know then, though, when you were hanging out, and presumably like all young kids, getting in trouble?
Yeah, we were all getting in trouble, and we were just, teenagers coming from Somalia, coming from war, kind of trying to adapt and see where we fit. We didn't understand what loitering meant, so because Somalis like to hang out with each other, and so there would be like 100 of us.
That's called a rally.
Yeah, yeah, that's what the police thought. They would be like, wait a minute, 100 black kids, not so good. And so it started issues, and Toronto at the time, I don't know, many people might not know, in those areas was pretty, crime infested and gang infested and so on. So there was all these gangs and that were in the surrounding neighborhoods, but we didn't really know what to fear. We just came from Somalia, so it was like all good. Yeah. Then the problems came. Yeah, problems came.
And then all of a sudden, you take the thoughts in your mind and you put them down, and a career happens out of it. Does your understanding of what your life is now, like how, do you have a better sense of who you are today?
No. I don't actually have a good understanding of myself these days. I mean, because it's just been such a whirlwind of things that I think that whatever that's happened in the last year, I'm really going to need a few months to sort through and unravel and see what they mean to me. I understand them maybe in the subconscious, but I haven't figured things out. The last year I've just been going and just playing shows around the world. I mean, we played, something like 600 shows in 2 years, so it's been...
Are you able to be like are you having your in the moment? Like, you don't want to miss this moment, because this is a thing, right?
Yeah, it's what they tell me.
Well, there's a reason they tell you that.
Yeah, that's what it is, though, but you need a break, you see, to figure it out. Because it's hard to... there is a very human trait, a characteristic that we all have, which is we very much underappreciate everything that there is. And we only kind of see happiness in the rear view. And so that's why people always reminisce. But when you're in the middle of it, you just think it's okay, it's normal. And so I'm doing all these amazing, incredible things. I mean, in 2 days, I'm headed to China. It's remarkable. And they have the Chinese waving flag. It's like,
at a certain point, and I know lots of artists go through this, at what point are you going to get sick of that song? Because it's going to reach a point where it's like everybody's playing it.
Yeah, well, the thing that I thought would make me sick of the song is in fact the thing that's rescuing me from feeling sick of the song, which is the amount of remixes the song is getting.
Yeah, from other people, right?
Yeah, from other people. So it's kind of like interesting to me every time I hear a new version. I mean, when would I hear my melody sung in Chinese, So I hear it, and just the other day I heard an Egyptian version, and it's incredible. And
crazy.
So, yeah.
Your young artist for Haiti version of it is, I think it just came out today, 7 weeks, #1, consecutive weeks. Raise a lot of money for Haiti. All right, so if you are now the man who sings the official song of flags all around the world. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a World Cup flag off.
No.
We're going to show a bunch of flags, but you're not in this alone. I'm going to fail it too.
No, but you don't understand how much I'm going to fail.
So, I don't expect much from the Greeks, Ukrainians, whatever, not part of Poland, but so picking a World Cup team to support is a big deal. Even fans who aren't fans of the beautiful game find a team. Do you know who you're going to root for yet?
Well, it's difficult for me. Somalia and Canada, both of them not quite to make it. So, I don't know. I think I'll just choose when I'm there, kind of thing.
You're going to be at the final game, aren't you?
Yes, I have tickets to the final.
Nice. All right. So, we're gonna find out just how well you're gonna do down there, and myself included. It's a little game. We've got one of the writers in the hour, Scott Montgomery, to help us out. It's the World Cup flag game. Hey, Scott.
Yes, it's time for World Cup flag game. In the red chair, Juno Award winner, poet, and all-around good guy, Kanon. And in the other red chair, popular TV host, motorcycle enthusiast, and my boss for the last 2 years, George Strapolopoulos. Now, here's how the game works. folks. We're going to show a series of flags from the countries that will be competing in the World Cup. The first contestant to name which country's flag it is gets a point. The one with the most points at the end of the game will be named Master of Flags. Gentlemen, are you ready?
Bring it on, Scott. We're both going to suck at this.
It's time for you to flag off. Can we see the first flag, please? Yes, George Stroumboulopoulos.
England?
The Red
Correct.
Cross.
Yes, that is
George
Stroumboulopoulos gets
All right.
1 point for England. Can we see the next flag, please? Yes, I believe George rang in first.
I know.
Go ahead. Please go. No, please go.
I think because I think of the terrible goal Maradona scored. Is that Argentina?
Absolutely. That is 2 for George Stroumboulopoulos there. Well done. Well done. Kanon, time to get in the game here. Okay. Let's see flag number 3, please. Oh, Kanon, yes.
It's Brazil.
Brazil. That is yes, a sexy flag for a sexy country. Okay, let's see our next flag, please. Yes, George Stroumboulopoulos.
This is the crazy one because this is the time where the colonizer is worse than the colony. This is Portugal.
That's absolutely correct, George Stroumboulopoulos. That is Portugal.
Dude, I'm going to write a new song called "The Other Wavin Flag."
That's
All right, what do you got next?
Okay, let's see our next flag here.
Oh, come on, I got that first. I had that first, right?
All right, what do you got?
That's South Africa.
South Africa, yes, that is correct. All right, we have got 3 for George
You got that wrong.
2 for Kanon. Let's see our next flag, please. George, Kanon.
Very, very plain country flag.
Very plain country. Technically not a country, I don't think.
Is that Cote d'Ivoire?
That is correct. That is the Ivory Coast, George. And wow.
I know.
Listening to him say in fancy continental French.
Listen, I don't know much about the world, but I play a lot of FIFA on PlayStation, so that's all I know. Okay,
yes, PlayStation, the great educator. Okay, moving on to our next flag. Yes, Kanon.
Okay. It starts with
okay,
S.
you rang in. I guess you just got excited.
That looks like Switzerland, but
no,
it's not.
It may be
it's either Slovenia, Slovakia, or
Slovenia.
No. I'll give you a hint, though. It starts with slow.
Is it Slovakia?
Slovakia! George Stroumboulopoulos.
One of them had the red on the bottom.
I know. I was
certainly
actually
sounded like
see,
you were
I gotta
both
look
having
at
fun
flags.
with
I
your
was in
brothers over there
Slovenia
as
like
well.
a week ago.
You were in Slovenia.
Look what it looks like.
You did not see one
This isn't a
Slovenian
debate.
flag
This is a
waving.
game show. Let's get on with things here, okay? All right, let's see our next flag, please. Okay.
Are you gonna go for that?
You want me to go?
I think you should take it. Nobody's helping me.
Can I get a hint on this?
All right, I'll give you a hint.
Is it the Netherlands?
Yes, that's right.
That's
right.
only because that guy yelled it out.
You know what? We should play. We should play something that's more, not about flags.
Like you thinking maybe
Something
Guitar
that I
Hero,
sing
or,
about, perhaps.
The World Cup kicks up. Could one more flag get one more flag?
well, yes, okay. Let's go to our next flag, please.
Is it? Tell me.
What did you guess? Don't help him out here, folks. Kanon?
Do you know it?
Well, you know what? I'll give you guys both a hint. It's not Paraguay.
No, it's Uruguay.
It's Uruguay! Yes, that's right. And I believe, you know what, George? I believe we have 2 more flags here. Actually, let's see the next one.
What's the next one?
Doesn't even matter anymore. Just go ahead. Go ahead. Rack it up. Rack it up. Rack it up.
Ghana.
No.
Cameroon.
Yes, Cameroon it is. And let's. All right, here it is, gentlemen. Our final flag.
It's okay.
What's that flag?
What? Wait a minute. Now I know that's not a flag.
No, that's not. In fact, that is the logo of the Klingon Empire, and as we all know, they are not participating in the World Cup because it would be a bloodbath.
Scott Montgomery. The World Cup kicks off in the Republic of South Africa, June the 11th. You can see all the games right here on CBC. Great to see you, man.